I went from this to this in the span of 2 years just by using subliminals, and here's how. Hi, sisters! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zachary Stutzman, and today we are going to be taking a beautiful journey talking about how to change your physical appearance using subliminals. On my channel, I talk about all things related to manifestation, personal development, and psychology, looking through the lens of authenticity, freedom, and living a life that actually feels like you, that you actually enjoy, okay? Because for some reason in society, that's rare. Today, we are going to be talking about subliminals. What are subliminals? How to use subliminals, and how to genuinely shift your physical appearance using subliminals whenever the hell you damn feel like it. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video, okay? No more yapping. A little story time for you guys. In November of 2020, little Zachary Stutzman was in his cute little math class just scrolling on TikTok, and all of a sudden he came across a random glow up video on TikTok that basically said 4 cute little points. They were the most basic little points ever. They were like, oh, put castor oil on your eyelashes, go to the gym, get more sleep. And then the last one was listen to subliminals. Now, I had never heard of anything in the concept of subliminal before. I don't even think I knew what the word subliminal meant at the end of the day. And so I was intrigued. I was captivated by whatever the hell this concept was. And so I immediately went onto YouTube during my math class and I searched up what a subliminal was and how to use subliminals and what even were they? What is manifestation? What is all these things that I had never heard of before that were concepts that none of my friends even were talking about? It wasn't viral or trendy. And so I was like, okay, I was very interested. So I searched it up and I watched all these guide videos and I immediately fell in love with the topic. Of course, though, I was still skeptical. I didn't really believe in it. I didn't actually think much of it because, you know, hearing that you can just listen to something and it can change your life, it can change your physical appearance, your relationships, your mindset, how much money you have in the bank account. I was like, that's cute, babe. But I was open-minded to it, which is all that you need at the end of the day to get into manifestation. And later that night, I basically went and I put an 8-hour weight loss sleep subliminal, and it literally completely changed my life since that day on. Ever since I was a kid, I always struggled with my weight. I struggled with eating correctly. I struggled with smaller portions. I struggled with exercising. I hated the idea of exercising because also here in America, exercise, especially in sports, is usually used as a punishment. And so my entire life, in the back of my mind, I viewed exercise as something that I would only have to do if I got in trouble. If, you know, we didn't do something correctly on the baseball team and now we have to sprint laps because of it. And so because of that, I never actually enjoyed the concept of exercising. I thought the gym was disgusting. I hated the culture. I thought that eating healthy was something that was only for, you know, the health and wellness girlies that were so good at discipline, because I had so many cravings and I had so many things that I struggled with when it came to my relationship with food. And so no matter how many times I tried to lose weight, which was about probably 12 times before I finally successfully did, I always fell off the wagon and I always felt like crap at the end of the day. And I just assumed that this dream desire version of myself that had the body that I wanted, that was living the life of my dreams, was just a dream at the end of the day, and it wasn't something that was genuinely possible or achievable for someone like me. So anyways, back to my little story. That night I put on an 8-hour weight loss subliminal by this subliminal creator called MOZA MORPH, who I genuinely love and I will be talking about a little bit later in this video. And it was the most insane experience that I've ever had, because like I just told you guys, I had tried to lose weight 12 times before I ever successfully did. And that next morning when I woke up, I immediately was flooded with this feeling of inspiration, new mindsets, new perspectives on food, on weight loss, on the gym, on exercising, on even my own self-concept of my body. And it was a really, really weird experience because it was so subtle. It was something that honestly I didn't really even have to act on. I could have just fallen back into my old patterns and ways of thinking if I really wanted to, but there was this new feeling in my subconscious that was like pulling me towards, okay, let's be healthy. Okay, let's work out. Okay, let's start this new routine that I had never actually even thought of before. So later that day, I actually ended up getting a gym membership with my dad, and me and him went to the gym because I was still like, I don't even know, like 14 or something, 13 at the time. And ever since that day, I have only ever lost weight, manifested my dream body, manifested new physical appearance changes, and completely evolved my life using subliminals, okay? I've experimented with using subliminals focused around your hair, around teeth, around skin, around money, around relationships, around friendships, around your self-concept. Definitely recommend those. And all of them have genuinely completely changed my life. Anything that I have ever wanted to manifest, I have gotten using subliminals. So let's actually get straight into the nitty-gritty of the video, okay? So what are subliminals? Subliminals are basically audios that have affirmation tapes layered underneath them at a certain frequency, pitch, or volume that cannot be perceived by your conscious mind. Meaning that basically you just can't hear the affirmations. You might hear a little whisper, you might hear a little like, psh, 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 but you cannot actually hear or comprehend what is actually going on underneath the surface of the audio or the video. Typically, subliminals are using rain sounds, frequencies, binaural beats, even pop music, just anything that masks the affirmations under the surface. There are also silent subliminals that don't have any type of music, and those are also just really, really interesting. But yeah, that's kind of what they are at the end of the day. Now, the thing that we need to understand is that our mind has three separate parts. We have our conscious mind, our subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. The only two that are really relevant in the concept that we are talking about today are going to be the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is your conscious awareness. This is the part of your brain that allows you to think, that allows you to make decisions, that allows you to be consciously in control of you, your life, and your reality. The subconscious part of your mind is kind of like a computer program that is constantly running in the background, constantly collecting data, information, and stimuli from every single thing happening around you. Your subconscious mind, even though you are not consciously aware of it, is picking up the TV static in the other room, the conversation that's happening down the hall, the bug flying in your room that is pissing you off that's been there for the past week. Your subconscious mind is constantly running through and collecting information on at every single point in your day. Your subconscious mind also determines your identity, your reality, your habits, your perspectives on every single thing that happens in your life. Meaning that if we understand the subconscious and we understand how to reprogram the subconscious, you understand how to reprogram your life. This is what makes subliminals so powerful, because since the affirmations are under the conscious threshold, meaning since the affirmations are at such a low volume that you cannot consciously hear it, your subconscious mind is still picking up and is aware of the affirmations and can basically declutter them and understand them at a certain level that you are not consciously aware of. Your subconscious mind is being reprogrammed by these affirmations in the background without any conscious resistance, without you consciously saying, that's not true, that's not real, I don't believe that, that's fake, I'm gaslighting myself, that's delusional, that's unrealistic. So it allows you to manifest on autopilot. It allows you to manifest that much quicker because you are not having to fight your conscious limiting beliefs. You are not having to fight and work through the fact that you don't really believe in manifestation, that you don't really believe in these certain practices and things. It automatically does it for you. And it is the craziest experience ever, especially if you've been listening to subliminals for a while now and have manifested with them. Oh my God, guys. The reason that subliminals are also so powerful in targeting the subconscious mind is that your subconscious mind does not know what is true or false. It doesn't know what is real or fake at the end of the day, meaning that whatever you typically place your attention on and your subconscious mind picks up at, it genuinely assumes as true for you, meaning that your visualization, you scripting and picturing things in your mind, you living a certain life on a daily basis, your subconscious mind assumes all of that is reality. It doesn't actually know what is real or not. This is also why when I talk about self-concept and affirmations, you want to focus on the present, because your subconscious mind also doesn't understand time. It doesn't know what a month is. It doesn't know what the future will be, what the past is. It just understands what it is being told and what it perceives now as true. So if you're having subliminals constantly pouring and saturating your mind with these affirmations of, I love myself, I have my dream body, my body looks so beautiful, my body is so healthy, every single day my body glows up, then your subconscious mind will start to believe that as true for you, and you'll start to manifest and experience that on a daily basis because of that. This also ties into the law of assumption, meaning that whatever you assume to be true is true for you, because we have so many systems in our body. We have so many ways that we as humans perceive reality, and whatever we at the end of the day assume to be true is the experience that we will be experiencing on the inside, that we are experiencing up in here, okay? Because if you think about it, your mind is genuinely connected to every single thing that happens externally. Nothing is really outside of you. Yes, physically on the human plane, this freaking cap to my drink is a separate entity, is a separate object, but at the end of the day, I can experience this, see it, feel it, touch it, and know it is real because my mind is perceiving it as something that is there in the now. So if you understand that reprogramming your mind, reprogramming how you see certain things and experiencing certain things also reprograms the way your reality shows up and operates for you, is how we start to understand the concept behind manifestation and the law of assumption. Now, the cool thing about subliminals is that they can literally be used to alter or manifest anything in reality, meaning that your personality, physical appearance changes, other people, relationships, money, literally anything that you can think of, there's most likely a subliminal out there that has been created for it, and it can literally be manifested using them. And I think that that is so cool because all you really have to do is put on a little video and then boom, you can have anything that you want in reality, okay? So next, let's get into how I use subliminals. For me, over the past years, I have definitely shifted how I use subliminals and how often, but for the first 2 years of me using subliminals, when I went from this to this, I was using MOZA MORPH's weight loss subliminal every single night for 8 hours a night, meaning that the second that I basically shut my eyes and until basically my alarm went off, I was listening to this one subliminal. Now, the reason that I did this is because listening to subliminals while you sleep is the most powerful way that you can manifest and reprogram your reality because of the states of our brain that we enter while trying to relax and go into deep sleep. As our conscious mind relaxes, our subconscious mind basically becomes more open to suggestion. As well, every single time that we relax, we enter different states of brainwaves. So we have our alpha brainwave state, which is basically the relaxation, you know, you're calm, you're cozy, you're living your best life. And then we have the theta state, which is basically where we enter our deep relaxation, where our subconscious is fully open to being reprogrammed and fully open to any suggestion that the affirmations are trying to tell us in the background. Something that I learned that I also thought was so cool is that children naturally operate in a theta brainwave state, which is why they are so open and easily programmed by the parents and the information that they're constantly collecting and gathering from their environment around them. So nowadays, I definitely do something a little bit different. I don't really use subliminals while I sleep anymore. Nowadays, I've basically created created a playlist of short form, uplifting, baddie music playlist of subliminals that I basically listen to every single time that I go to the gym on most days. So I go to the gym about 3 to 5 times a week, and so every single time that I'm there, I typically whip out this playlist and I just kind of listen to it. And then as well, every single night that I go to journal, read, or study anything, I typically am also listening to a relaxing sleep playlist that I made, which is basically more relaxing music. They aren't exactly songs that I would sleep to. I kind of do a balance of both. I listen to them at night, every night before going to bed when I'm doing my cute little relaxing things, and then I also listen to them when I'm going to the gym. This is not necessary, but this is just what I've learned that I enjoy doing on a daily basis, and I'll get into consistency and habits a little bit later. So next is going to be, how often should you listen to subliminals? Now, I honestly just feel like personally, I'm going to say whatever resonates with you, you should do, because manifestation is so personal and everyone manifests slightly differently in reality. What works for me and my complete journey is not going to work for you, because we are complex human beings. We all have our own trauma, we all have our own past, and we all have our own limiting beliefs. And so what is easy for me to manifest and do in reality might not be as easy for you, and what is difficult for me might just be smooth like butter for you. So at the end of the day, do whatever resonates with you. If you feel like you want to listen to subliminals every single day, all damn day, then go for it. But if you also want to listen to subliminals only once a week at night whenever you're sleeping, then do that, and that will work great for you too, babe. Subliminals have so many layers and affirmations under them that a lot of times you only even need to listen to the subliminal once for it to start reprogramming and influencing your mind. Now, obviously, the more often that you do listen to subliminals, the more powerful, because you are saturating your subconscious mind more and more and more. But you don't need to listen to them like a crutch. You don't need to listen to them and then be worried that your desires are going to magically fade away because you stop listening to them. Because at the end of the day, manifestation works on your assumptions. And if your subconscious mind believes and assumes a certain desire to be true, unless you start consciously telling yourself that it's fake and that it's not real and that you don't actually have this desire, then you don't really need to worry about it going away, babe, okay? Your results are theoretically permanent as long as you are not manifesting and therefore affirming and saying the exact opposite to yourself. And then lastly is going to be how to strengthen your belief in subliminals and how to get better results from the subliminals that you are listening to, okay? Number one is going to be my personal favorite that I used to do a lot when I was first getting into using subliminals, and that is going to be go through the comment sections of subliminals that you are listening to and read other people's success stories and results. This will A, reinforce your belief in subliminals because people are actually getting results, they are having their lives being changed, they are shifting realities just by listening to this video, and B, it also is reaffirming to you exactly what the subliminal is trying to manifest, because a lot of people also write in the comments little affirmations, they write, you know, their personal experiences with the subliminal, and it helps improve and increase your belief in the craft, which is, at the end of the day, manifestation is a faith-based system. It is all about what you believe and assume to be true up in here. So at the end of the day, if you believe in it even more, then boom, babe, even faster results. Next, and this is kind of a controversial opinion, but I would say stop constantly checking for results in your reality. Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you have been manifesting for a while. You don't really need to be worried about checking for results. It's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. But the thing about checking for results is that if you are newer to manifestation and you are struggling with having conviction behind manifestation and you are struggling with not fully believing in the craft, believing that subliminals actually work, and then you basically listen to subliminal for one day and then you start looking in the mirror being like, excuse me, like my eyelashes are not longer. You are only hurting yourself by doing that. You are only messing with your conviction and your belief of the craft. It's not going to stop you from getting progress, but it's going to slow it down. So stop constantly checking for results. Believe that it is real. Believe that it's happening for you. If you need to, go and watch multiple videos on the art of detaching, on the art of how to stop obsessing over your desires, and just listen to the subliminals for fun, knowing that it is happening behind the scenes. You don't need to constantly be in control and constantly be aware of your desire coming into your reality, okay? And then lastly is going to be one of the most recommended things that I would say is that start building consistency using subliminals, because I feel like a lot of people get into subliminals, they listen to them every once in a while, and then they kind of just fall off the wagon, they don't listen to them anymore, and they stop consciously manifesting all the time. So what I would recommend is merge subliminals with the habits that you are already doing on a daily basis. If you read and journal every night, start listening to certain soft, cozy, comfy subliminals that use lo-fi or high frequencies or binaural beats every single night while you do that. Instead of your cozy little music playlist, put on cozy little subliminal playlist. If you go to the gym and you blast music in the gym, then start listening to subliminals that have music blasting in the background and just do the exact same thing, but just using subliminals instead of your normal music. If you listen to music in the shower, then start listening to subliminals in the shower. If you like to have some type of lo-fi or cozy music on while you're working on your little projects on your computer, then start listening to subliminals instead. Merge subliminals into the habits that you are already doing on a daily basis, and you will notice that you will just start to naturally shift and manifest your desires on autopilot without you even having to try, because you are still just listening to music and you're not really doing anything different in your reality. But your subconscious mind is picking up all this data and information, saying something else that you are not consciously perceiving and aware of, meaning that you are all of a sudden naturally going to subtly start realizing and experiencing different things in your reality. That is also going to be my last point, is that subliminals are subtle. Yes, I believe that you can manifest things instantly with them. Yes, I believe that you can manifest insane appearance changes and things in your reality that are just completely different. However, to most people, subliminals will be a subtle shift at first. They are something that helps you along with your manifestation journey, that helps you believe in conviction, shift your self-concept, shift your belief on manifestation. But to a lot of people, especially at first, you are not going to literally listen to a video one time and then look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, you look so different. It is a compounding practice. Just like learning the skill and art of manifestation is a compounding skill. You get better at it the more that you do it, and you get quicker at it the more time and energy you invest into the practice. And then lastly is just going to be the creators that I like to listen to and that I trust. Now, number one is going to be MOZA MORPH. She makes a lot of more relaxing rain sound, frequency-based subliminals, but hers are just powerful. I don't even understand what the hell this girl is putting into them, but they literally give me headaches sometimes when I listen to them because they are just so freaking powerful. It's insane. She layers frequencies, she layers binaural beats, she layers affirmations, and she just goes in depth. Okay, guys, I will put all their channels also in the description, so if you want to check any of them out, I absolutely recommend you do because they are literally insane. Next is going to be 𝐷ITA KAMINSKI. She is another law of assumption manifestation coach, but she also makes her own little subliminals, and I personally love her self-concept subliminal, and then she also has some subliminals for relationships, for your dream body, and all these other things, but I genuinely trust her because obviously she's just another manifestation coach, and I have used hers and they have genuinely helped me shift areas of my life as well. And then lastly is going to be Enchanted Workshop. Now, these are ones that I really love to listen to for kind of cozier little atmospheres, for little lo-fi songs, for songs that are just kind of like relaxing. She has some Lana Del Rey ones in there as well, I think. Theirs are just really, really beautiful, and I love the aesthetic that they are, and I feel like I've noticed a lot of experiences and shifts with them. Also, the best way that I would also say to find your own subliminal creators is to just look at the reviews in the comment section, guys. If you want to know how people are genuinely experiencing and feeling their subliminals, then just see what people are saying that their personal experiences in the comments, and then you can basically determine with your intuition whether or not you trust them or whether or not they are someone that you're just like, I don't know if I want to listen to this, okay? And obviously, guys, the last person is me. I do make my own subliminals. I put a lot of time and effort into them. I layer multiple frequencies and I also layer multiple affirmations, and I spend a lot of time handwriting all the affirmations that are in all of my subliminals. Of course, go and check those out if you guys are interested. And yeah, that is going to honestly be it. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming here and spending your time with me today. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys so much as always. I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day and an even better life. I really hope that you guys found this video educational, and if you did not, I at least hope you found it entertaining, because that is always so important. And yeah, guys, anyways, I think that is literally going to be the end of it for me, though. I'm sorry. Also, thank you guys so much for putting where you guys are from in the comments of my last video. Of course, if you guys are new to my channel, or if you are interested in just having me see it one more time, then of course, put where you guys are from in the comment section below. I love just reading where you guys are from all around the world. I think that is just such a cool freaking thing. And yeah, guys, as I said, I hope that you have an amazing day, okay? I will see y'all literally in the next video. Have a good one. All right, bye.